All right, cool. All right, well, welcome in. You got my bucket filled today. So let's get everybody else's. Tell me something good. Oh, Jen still has a job. That's what she shared.
Yes,
I thought she
I
got
still have a
fired
job.
earlier today, but no.
Thank the Lord.
Yes.
My oldest graduated last Thursday
Yeah.
from high school.
Yes.
So
Welcome to the club.
yes,
Nice.
so we're very happy for that.
Yes, congratulations. Yes, Esther.
It's my husband's birthday today.
Yay.
He's an excellent husband, so I am so happy.
birthday. Happy birthday. Did you make sure he was on Zoom today at least? Like to hear that? Like, yeah. You should have sent him the link. Be like at 11:07, be on. So you. All right. Anybody else? Who's got something good? Come on, don't be shy. Who's got something good? Yeah. Anybody want to introduce themselves?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Who do we got? Who do we got?
Oh, Abraham. Well,
There you go. There.
he did last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Why don't you want to?
I did.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Ibrahim. I just got my license a few months ago and I decided to join Keller Williams. Um,
Last week.
18 and a half.
Give me the intro. Give him the intro you gave me yesterday.
Okay. I should have graduated actually this Thursday from high school, but I graduated 2 years early. And so I graduated at 16. I started college. I'm still in college. I just started at U of H 6 months ago from transferring from WCJC. And then I'm studying electrical engineering
And now real estate.
and real estate.
I love it. Oh, I got something good coming here. What are you gonna say? Yeah. No? Oh, I thought you were gonna say something snarky.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Dabir Ali from Pakistan. I'm attorney, advocate Supreme Court in Pakistan, and I'm graduated from University of Westminster in international commercial law. I have studied subjects relating to real estate and commercial activities. So I just joined, I'm new. It's been 2 weeks here, and it's a very good experience to be with you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Appreciate it. Welcome to the family. Love it. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Who's got something good?
Anybody
Who's got
online?
something good to share? That's it? Man, summer's really in. I know. Wait, not one business update though? All right, Esther, come on. I love all the personal stuff, but come on. You got nothing?
I have 5 listings. I need help.
Say that one more time. One more time. I missed it.
I said I have 5 listings. I need them to be sold.
Oh my God. Because
The
sorry, I was
latest-
distracted by the same problem that Liska had. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
The latest one is in Sonterra.
Okay.
It's priced below market. Fantastic condition, Generac generator, everything.
Has it sold yet?
I'm telling you guys to help me.
Oh
It
no.
hasn't
Well,
sold
then
yet.
it's not priced below the market. But we will talk about that today. Guess what? That's today's subject for the most part, half of it. Well, it says market update on the thing, but I'm also going to talk about listings that aren't moving. Cool. Anybody else? That's awesome, though. I would love to having 5 listings is better than having 0 listings. Absolutely. Anybody else?
Listings are not hard.
Listings are not hard right now? Yeah, they're hard to sell. Yes. They're not hard to get when you go to a listing appointment and be like, yes, I'll list it at whatever you want. Yes. Those aren't hard to get because guess what? You're the only one that said yes. No, I'm just kidding. That's not true. Okay. All right. Let's rock and roll. Oh, one of our faves. Come on up here, Inspector Rashid. Here, come on, or use this at least, Rashid, because they can't hear you. Hold on, Rashid. They can't hear you online. And yeah, if you want them to see you, you can come.
Who like to listen to the inspector? Raise your hand.
Not buyers.
Raise your hand if you do not want inspector to talk. So I rather don't talk. I have made a presentation for you to look.
I am Inspector Rashid, General Manager at 2Inspect Home and Termite Inspections.
You're selling a home? Protect your investment with a full inspection from the experts. At 2Inspect Home and Termite Inspections, we provide comprehensive home inspections all in one visit. Whether you're buying, selling, or building, our licensed professionals ensure your property is expertly evaluated with services including sprinklers, pool and spa, sewer line scope, well and septic, water quality testing, indoor air quality, and mold testing. And don't forget, we're your new construction specialists and cover all phase inspections.
Our team of professionals complete clear and easy to understand reports on site so you can make informed decisions without delays. Backed by a 90-day warranty for your peace of mind.
Call us today, 713-865-3722, or visit our website, www.2-inspect.com, or scan the QR code to schedule online 24/7. 2Inspect, your home expertly evaluated.
Thank you. I will ask Ms. Sapna. She used 2 times last month to say something what she like and what not.
Okay, Rashid, yes. Did I use you 2 times?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Both sides.
Remind me the address.
Both sides of the boundary.
Oh, that's right. What address?
One was Richmond and another was Sugarland.
Oh, yes.
Same day appointment.
Correct. So what's really great about Rashid is that he makes himself available right away, which is nice. He's not one of those inspectors who always says, I'll give you an appointment in 3-4 days. He does it right away. He is on time. He brings a helper with him. And my favorite part is, sometimes people cannot be at the inspections. The buyers cannot be there. So what he does is afterwards, he spends a lot of time with them on the phone, and he doesn't mind if you bug him 10 times, which, a lot of my clients do that. So they want to understand. So he doesn't like back off from something that's hard. Sometimes his inspections are kind of scary, but that's his job.
Thank you very much. And I have referrals. Did I get everybody's card or somebody's missing? Am I missing somebody's card? Thank you. And I will ask Miss Sapna to do the drawing. See, who's the lucky winner today?
Yeah, we know it's totally rigged if she does, right?
Tara Flores.
Wait, Tara's not even in here. Must be present to win.
Congratulations.
Uh-huh. Oh, she just chose.
More?
Oh, more.
How many as you want?
Oh, sweet. Yeah, pull all of them. Tanya Nicholas?
She's not here?
She was here. Oh, must be present to win.
Let me give you her card.
Should have held it.
All right. Sounds awesome.
Make sure he gives her.
I'll give it to her. Mike and Linda.
Which means Linda.
It's both.
And then always, my real estate partners are always winners. And I love the agents. They refer me to the other agents. So double dose for coffee for Miss Sapna. And Miss Esther. Miss Amita. Mr. Isaac.
Thank you.
Oh, Isai is close. Close, I guess.
Actually,
Close. Yeah.
Who else I am missing? Who else I am missing? Who else I am missing? Who did? Who used me last month?
Samir's gonna use you.
Samir used me last month? Absolutely, absolutely. So this is in advance.
Oh, in advance.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who else will be using me next month?
Oh, everybody's hand should go up. Come on. He's a crap.
Brian.
Oh, but
And I have some more. I know Miss Lakisha will be using me next month.
let's
Thank
go.
you.
It's up for hey, for $25
Absolutely.
we good. We be anybody you want me to be.
It's
Yeah,
for
right?
it's for your wife. Thank you very much. Thank you, Miss Gloria.
Yeah.
And anybody else? Okay, let me introduce my referral, Mr. Austin Cloud. Anytime I go to the home inspection, I refer him because you really need him. His specialty is that he does roof tune-up. People buy brand new homes, and after 5 years, their roof started leaking. And they say, how come my house is brand new? Yep, 5 years ago. Roof will last 30 years, but rubber boots, you need replacement every 5 years. So anytime I go to the house, I put a maintenance item, rubber boots to replace, and he is good in what he does. He has a full service roofing company, but also every house need a tune-up.
Oh, Rashid, I'm not quite as funny.
I mean, how many gift cards do you have?
No.
There are more I have to give to Dev.
You can buy her.
And David?
You can buy her.
Norman? But it's all good. For Starbucks, he can be David.
I'll take all four. Right here. Back there, something's got it. What do you think?
So yeah, so like Rashid said, we're a full
Let's
service
look here.
roofing company. The name's Proco. Yeah, give it up for Rashid, guys. Yeah. So yeah, like you mentioned, we're a full service roofing company. Name of the company is called Proco. We're based here in Texas. We've got offices in the DFW Metroplex, here in Houston, College Station, and then the Austin area as well. So all of Central Texas. But like he said, in today's day and age, most roofs that you're going to bring to market or that you might bring a buyer to, especially here in Houston where the heat just kind of wrecks roofs, 9 times out of 10, that roof's going to need some type of attention. So what we like to do is you call me. Typically, we can be out there same day. We've got enough people here across Houston that we can be out there same day, no matter where it is. If not, it'll be within 24 hours. This time of year, it can be kind of weather dependent with the rain. Obviously, we want our crew guys to be safe. With that inspection, you'll get a full photo report from us. It's going to detail what type of roof it is, what shingles are used, how it's intake, what's the exhaust looking like, and then you'll get our opinion, which is it a passing roof? Does everything look okay? Is it only a couple years old? Second option, which is what's going to happen 85, 90% of the time, which is just small repairs. So that might just be replacing a couple shingles here and there, going around sealing all your pipe jacks. Standard roof tune-up's only about $500. The last one would be a replacement. That's if that roof's going to be maybe 15, 20 years old. If you're starting to see that roof shine everywhere, if there's missing shingles, that's when we come in for replacement. One of the things that we like and that our realtors love on a replacement is that we can collect cash at closing. So if those funds aren't immediately available, we'll front that entire cost, work directly with your title company to then receive those funds at closing. And then we also offer workmanship warranty as standard on all of our replacements. So it's 10-year standard, once transferable warranty. So that client can transfer it one time and it's still good. Last little tidbit, we are licensed and insured. In Texas, you actually don't need a license to be a roofer. It's a little bit like the wild, wild west. Someone might show up to your door and say, hey, let me do your roof for you. And they have no license. So we opt in to be licensed with the Roofing Contractors Association of Texas. Helps keep us accountable, make sure that we do good work. So that's essentially it. If you need my information, I'm going to leave a few cards up here for you guys, for those of you that haven't gotten one of those folders. I do have a couple more folders if you need them. Anyone have any questions? Yes. Ye- It does not. No. So our standard tune-up, which is just going to include like hammering down any nails that have popped up, going through and sealing any roof jacks that have started to leak, that rubber started to go. All of that across the roof is just going to be a flat $500. It doesn't matter what size the roof is, if it's commercial, if it's a metal roof, if it's just standard shingle. It's just $500 across the board. Yes.
Just nailing it down, or you're gonna be replacing the shingles too?
It depends. So sometimes, what you'll see on a roof is what's called a nail pop, which is essentially the nail that holds down the shingle has gotten so hot, it actually starts to work its way up and out, and it can come and push the shingle up, and we'll go under there with a cat's paw, nail down that nail back. If the shingle is damaged, then we would recommend a replacement. But if we're replacing shingles, that's an increased scope. So we would have to charge extra for that. So yeah. Anything else? You guys are all expert roofers now, I guess. Okay. Awesome.
Perfect. We don't need you.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Betty. I appreciate it. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you. Back. All right. Cool. Thank you guys. Appreciate it again. And then here's his cards. You guys can come get them after the meeting if you need. All right. Let's rock and roll. Let's see what's coming up. So tomorrow and June 4th and 5th, Norman's got Lone Wolf Transact classes going on. So if you're still trying to get used to that or want to start diving into how to use Lone Wolf Transact at a high level for your documents and e-signatures, those are available. He's doing them pretty frequently throughout the weeks right now. They can be, a lot of them are in hybrid. So you can either come in person here in the training room, which is about probably once a week. And then he's doing it like 2 or 3 times a week. On Zoom. So I would definitely catch one of those. Legal 1 and 2 is coming here right around the corner tomorrow. We'll get into that in a second. Stucco inspection coming up. That's going to be pretty awesome. CE. Mortgage 101 is on the way. Mastering the new contract. I'll dive into that. Residential surveys is also coming up with Chris Lisak. And then Mega Camp. So let's roll in. All right, here's some of the upcoming Lone Wolf Transact schedule. Looks like Norman's got something tomorrow on Zoom. And then on Friday here in person and on Zoom, okay? 9:30 in the morning both days. So I would dive into one of those. Norman, really quickly, is it the same both days or are you doing 2 different things? Same both days. Okay, so try to catch one if you still need it, all right, or need refreshers. Legal update 1 and 2. All right. Thanks to Dan Goon and his leadership with ARIA, we do have Legal 1 and 2 coming back here in the training room. It is tomorrow. I'm not sure if there's still space. I do know that the link, have they reactivated the link? Because earlier this morning it wasn't. They shut the link down. Yeah.
Text me.
Okay.
Whether they're coming for both class or morning or afternoon.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Let's do that real quick. Dan Goon, Dan, and then say it out loud so online can hear you. 281 830 5119. So
know the name and you think of both class or just the morning or the afternoon. Legal 1 is in the morning, legal 2 is the afternoon.
right. Okay, so let me repeat that. So we are doing Legal 1 and 2 both in here tomorrow if you'd like, depending on what you need. Legal 1 is from 8:30 to 12:30 right here in the training room. And then Legal Update 2, there's a 30-minute break in there. And then Legal Update 2 is 1 to 5. I believe there's breakfast and lunch, right? Yes, there's breakfast and lunch. They do have separate registrations. There is the QR code right here, which was not, they had already shut it down since it's tomorrow earlier this morning. But Dan said text him, okay, if you're still interested in coming for it. It is $10 for non-ARIA members, correct? And if you become a member?
It'll apply towards your membership fee. But we still have opening spots for the first 25. So
Hold on real quick, because this might be.
We still have.
Or 50. No, I'm just kidding.
We still have membership opening for free for you. And I'm keeping the count for the class tomorrow. Just need to get head count for the breakfast and then the lunch. All right. Just let me know so we can have that available.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan. All right. Good deal. All right. Stucco inspection is coming. For those of you that want to dive a little bit deeper and know more about stucco, I imagine they're going to talk about stucco in the city of Greater Houston because it is interesting with our weather and how it operates. So you may want to dive a little deeper into that. So Alamo Title is bringing that for us, and I believe there's a CE attached to it too. Since it is a CE, make sure you register accordingly. It's on June 9th for 1 hour right here in the training room. 10 to 11, yeah. All right, everybody got it? You got it? Cool. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, we good? There is a flyer in the back. I see it from here. You guys can more than welcome to scan the QR code after meeting. All right, Mortgage 101 is coming back with New American Funding. They do this roughly every month or so. So if you are newer and need to get into the nuances of intro to mortgage and how you can help support your clients, I would be in here. This is June 18th, Thursday, June 18th for 1 hour, 10 to 11. Okay. Okay, mastering the new contract. So how many of you were in here last Thursday? I'm sure I'm surprised there's not that many hands. Okay, good. All right, this room was full last week. We probably had about 60 or 70 in here. I hope you guys got a lot of insight on the new contract. As I promised you that day, I am going to run it again. Now I have better timing. It lasted us 90 minutes, so I did it for 90 minutes. It is going to be at the end of the month on June 23rd. I will go back over the listing agreement, the buyer rep agreement, and the new contract changes, as well as introduce a couple of new documents that have been added. So we'll go back over that. Probably have some more updated information regarding some of the new stuff on those. Remember, there's been a lot of changes in the way you now list properties when it comes to compensation, and how you're going to have that conversation about compensation has changed dramatically. Okay, so you probably want to set in. I'm going to follow that up with buyer and seller documents. So for any of you that want to stay, there's going to be a 30-minute gap just to get refreshed, use the restroom, catch up on your calls and texts, and then we'll get going again at 1 o'clock for buyer and seller documents, okay? And then I can hit the contract again too. So if you're newer and need to take the contract class, like you want to take the second half, you want to stay for the second half of this. There's been a lot of asking and questions regarding the recording from last Thursday. Norman has actually posted this on the Facebook group already. So for those of you that have been looking and waiting for the video, it's posted now, okay, from Thursday. So make sure you guys go in there and check it out. All right, New American Funding has Ask the Expert. Okay, residential surveys. I believe this is the one with Chris. It is, right? Yeah, all right. So if you guys can tolerate Chris for 1 hour, I would be in here. Oh, oops, did I say that with the mic on? What did you say? And there's a CE. See, tolerate Mike and get one. I mean, tolerate Chris and get 1 hour. Just kidding. So Chris Lisak, for those of you that are newer or may not know him, he was in here for the contract class and gave a lot of value. His family also owns ProServe, so he's an expert in surveys, and he's going to lead this 1 hour CE. All joking aside, because he's a good friend, he is fantastic at explaining some of the nuances of a survey, some things that even I don't think of or even knew, and he's fabulous at explaining it. So I would be in here, all of you, I would be in here for that 1 hour to get better at surveys. Okay, so this is on Wednesday, June 24th, from 1 to 2 o'clock. Again, 1 hour. That's you can time block around that. Okay, again, a reminder that Mega Camp is coming up August 17th through the 20th. Registrations are still open. I'm not sure if you heard, but they just announced on Monday the keynote speaker, and the keynote speaker is going to be Simon Sinek. Okay, yep. So it's go big or go home. That it's the funny part, right? He was supposed to come like 3 years ago, and then he didn't show up, and that was the problem. But I guess this time we've probably given him some you better not no show. But anyway, Simon Sinek is going to be there. Him and Gary are going to be on stage. That's our keynote speaker. That's pretty exciting. And so that's part of it. So again, for those of you that are newer, Mega Camp is one of our global conventions. This year it's in San Antonio. 4 days from the 17th to the 20th is 3 days, but you probably want to get there on the 16th. Okay. If you have any further questions or are curious about it, just reach out to one of the leadership team members and we can kind of guide you on that. Okay. And you want to be there because Dan Goon's going to be there. But not in the Mercedes, Dan. Not in the Mercedes. All right. Oh, this must be a mistake. Oh, no? All right. Let's welcome Jess. I didn't get that clappy.
No one asked you.
Oh, she's got the mic. All right, what you got? You got some updates for us?
I do. A couple of quick updates. So one, we have a unique challenge in the next coming weeks. We have Nimesh out, Yana's out, even dear Barbara's going to be out. So everyone be very gracious to poor Rui, Sydney, and I, and Laura, as we try to.
And Norman.
And Norman. Sorry, Norman was gone, so that's still in my brain. Oh. Stop.
Time to get to work.
You're sitting by Ashton. You know what to do. Anyway, so that being said, as you know, we have to wait for checks to be signed sometimes. So we do have ACH that's available. It takes 5 days for you to get set up because we have to do the penny deposit. If you are interested in having ACH for commissions, 2 things. 1, if you sign up, as of now, it will be ACH moving forward. We can't bounce back and forth with check and ACH. So keep that in mind, at least for right now. 2, it will take 5 days to get approved. So I'm saying this now so you can email me so I can send you the form and you guys can be set up to have that in the absence of our check signers. The alternative, 2, you can do an e-check, which a lot of you have done. Those will still be happening just like always. If you want those printed at the front, we're happy to do that for you. No charge, obviously. So there's that option. And option 3 is you can wait till the check signers come back and just we'll sit with your check until then. So all those options are available. You'll hear us repeat that in emails, myself, Veronica. So just be mindful of that. If you want to get ACH set up or at least talk more about it, reach out to me, email the KLRW25 email. That's the best way to get a hold of me or call. That's about it.
Yeah, I want to just add a little bit because you flew through this a little bit and it went a little bit under the radar. Just as to enhance or embellish what she's talking about, we really didn't have an easy way prior to now to ACH for you guys, meaning direct transfer for your compensation coming in, whether it's leases or commission checks that had come straight to the office, right? That's why we were always printing checks for you. ACH is now available. So if you set that up, it's direct deposit into your accounts now, and you don't have to wait for a printed check or a paper check for us to give you on all of your transactions. Okay, so that is something that if the running joke for behind the scenes for us was it's 2026 and we don't have ACH transfer. That's ridiculous, right? So here it is. All right, so now we can electronically just transfer your funds if you want. Yeah. That is nope. There is not.
No charge. Yes, I'm just going to have him 500 pre-signed checks.
Good idea.
Yes.
As long as my name's on a couple of them.
Would not want to do an ACH. They're used to or they want to give you a check. And if you have an ACH way set up, you're saying we can do both.
So I couldn't pay your commission in 2 ways. If you wanted to set up ACH for your personal commission that you get, that is what I'm talking about. Yep. So we can do ACH for like lease deposits and things like that. We don't like to because that becomes, there is a fee associated with that we absorb. That's why we send out the deposit links for that. So this is specific to your commission checks. Yep.
This is us paying you out.
Yes.
Right? Now you can do it electronically. And
that's why we can't bounce back and forth.
Yes, Jen.
Yes, you will get an email that says that you can anticipate it in, it's like 3 business days. That is completely dependent on your bank. Like once we release the funds to your bank, that's on your bank on how long before it clears. But you can do it. We'll send an email that says like what the property was for and how much to expect. Yep.
Cool. Good question. Anybody else? No? We're good? All right. That's exciting times. Awesome. I love it. It's going to be a lot more convenient. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's share some info here. Let me get situated with my charts and everything, right? Today's all about numbers, and then we're going to dive a little bit into challenge, a big challenge that I'm seeing and a conversation that I'm having on repeat right now. So I would like to address it here and pour into you guys about it a little bit. But before that, let's just go over some data. First and foremost, I do want to make it a quick point, right? We've typically, not typically, we have been factually always been not only number one in the greater Houston area, number one around the country, but also number one in our local market, okay? And so that still stands, and it's by a considerable margin. So if you see these graphs, I know it's like the writing is really small, but if you see all these graph lines here and you see the left and the left two are way higher than everybody else, that's because that's us in this market area. Okay, in Fort Bend County, this is our production at Keller Williams, and all of the other brokerages are quite considerably below that. Great question, Liska. So the black is the 12 months rolling, and I believe it's the other way. So this past 12 months is this one, and the black and gray one is the previous 12 months. Okay, and of course, and you can see that most people's black lines are a little bit lower than, I mean, the pink lines are a little bit lower than the black ones because obviously our market has gone down a little bit, right? Whatever that is, purple. What, dude, seriously, you're making a big deal about the color. I just the blue and the pink. Jeez, good Lord, you colorblind? All right, so I know that's why I asked. All right, okay. So I just want to kind of point that out there. Another big thing is, are you telling that story when you're in appointments? Hey, we sell more real estate than any other brokerage in the area, right? That's a great point that you can make in your conversations or in your appointments, okay? So I just kind of wanted to bring that up. So we're holding a 10% market share, which is about consistent with what I've seen while I've been here, right? Pushing 8 years now, 7 or 8 years, and it's been consistently around the 10% market. What I found was interesting was transaction volume is trending down across the market overall. Unit sales are down 8% in Fort Bend County from the previous year. We're also seeing an 8% decrease. That's why you're kind of seeing that a little bit. It's consistent with the market, right? So what the overall overarching theme is going to be is that we have what we call mild market stability despite drop in volume, okay? So despite drop in volume, we have some mild stability. I think there's some interesting factors to that. But let's get into the numbers a little bit. All right, so new listing volume, okay? New listing volume. Now, we got to take, for these next few slides, we're going to ignore June numbers because obviously it's only been like 2 days into June, okay? So they're skewed, so they don't count, all right? So what we want to focus on is the other month, specifically May, okay? We did see a slight decrease in new listings from April, okay, but not much. It's pretty consistent, and you can see trending to what would be the hot spring market, summer market. We're kind of seeing the increase in listings taken, okay? So from March, April, May, we've seen considerable growth. All right, so again, year over year, you can see, so the darker line is May 26, okay? Or 2026, and then the lighter line is last year over year. So you can see we've actually, from a listing standpoint, have started taking more listings, okay? So that's good from the market area. So that's what we're seeing. Of course, now the overlining theme is that we're taking the listings. We're taking a lot more listings than we're selling. That's the problem, right? All right, absorption rate. It's actually pretty healthy, okay? So we're seeing an absorption rate from last month in May. It was 20%, which was 25% this time last year. Absorption rate is if you took all the homes sold divided by all the homes on the market, that is your absorption rate, okay? So it's your sold to listed ratio. 20% is actually pretty healthy, okay? It's actually pretty healthy. The lower, right? So it was getting pretty rough in January and February. We've seen it pretty healthy here in the last 3 months at around 20%. Again, don't count January because it's only counting 2 days, and that's why it looks like it's tanking. Okay, it's really not tanking. It's only because we're 2 days in. Okay. All right, close to list price ratio. Now this is really interesting. Okay, and this is why I really believe why we're saying it's a stable market right now, or why we're still teetering on a balanced market. Because when the listings that are selling, the list to sold ratio from the closed price to list price ratio is still sitting at 97%. Okay, so we're really only seeing a 3% drop, but a 3% drop in which listings? The ones that are selling. That's right. Okay, so the ones that are still being priced right in the market are the ones that are selling because they're the closest to the sold price, right? That's why we're still seeing a 97% ratio, but check this trend out, okay? So it's actually on an upward trajectory. To me, that's a good sign, all right? To me, that's definitely a good sign, all right? But we've been pretty steady in that 96 to 98 range, so that's pretty good for the ones that are selling, okay? So what does this tell us? Well, average days on market, okay? Average days on market, the good sign is in May, it came significantly down, okay? In May, that came significantly down. We're kind of seeing that because guess what? Our production creeped up. We saw, right? We saw a lot more production coming in. Pipelines are getting full. We're seeing transactions going under contract. So look at the end of the year to the beginning of the year. We were in the 60s, okay? Which then kind of fell into and we were pretty consistent for the 3 months following that in the high 50s, and we fell to about 47 days on market currently, okay? So it's all about perspective. 47 days on market, you can be like, holy crap, that's a lot. You can be like, hey, there's improvement. And it just depends on how you perceive it. Now, if we look at May, though, the 47 days compared to last year at this time, last year we were at 43 days on market. All right, so the listings are still hanging around longer than they did last year. All right, this tells the story. All right, and then it comes to months of inventory, right? Just to explain months of inventory really quick. If we listed no new property or no new property came on the market as of today, how long would it take to sell all the properties on the market? Okay, right now we're hovering right below 5 months. Okay, hovering right below 5 months of inventory. We see 4.94 here. Okay, 4.75 is where it was. You can see it came up actually a little bit over the last couple of months. Ignore June. It's not really at 8.09. It's because of the fact that it's a couple of days only in. Okay, all right. So that's what we're seeing. Now, what I did do here is I brought in the HAR because I know last time I got asked this. Well, HAR, is it showing something different because we use a different program to see this? Now, while it may vary a little bit, it's right on track. HAR showed for 4.8, right? The other program showed 4.9. That's just a fraction. Okay, so this kind of tells you that we're right on line. It's about 4.8 months of inventory. So where are we at? If it's 4.8 months of inventory, what kind of market? Balanced market. Yeah, balanced market. Here's our average price points over the previous 12 months, okay? Sold is at 460. This is what's interesting, right? So average price point for sold over the past 12 months is 460,000 in Fort Bend. And currently active, our average price point is 544. So what's that telling us? Well, there's a couple of things. I'm curious to know what you guys see.
Prices are going up, but the buyers are getting deals.
Okay, buyers are getting deals. Prices are, okay, yeah, one thing to see is, yeah, prices are going up. Okay, what else? That's it, okay? Like the ones that aren't selling are either overpriced or maybe what's being harder to sell now? The higher priced listings, okay? And therefore the current active is so much higher than the almost 100K more, okay? Than the average sold. All right. So that's obviously when the market gets tough, the lower price listings go quicker. Okay. So yeah, good deal. Okay. Before I get into this and then the listings, a couple of other just insights that I couldn't put on a slide, but I have in front of me. It's off of our multi-year trends. How many of you know what multi-year trends are? They are trends that go over multi-years. Absolutely. We have an A student in here, Israel Flores, right? Yeah, 15th year. I just taught him this yesterday. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's Tara's department usually. Yeah. No. Oh, it's not a blonde joke, right? All right, what are multi-year trends? Who knows what multi-year trends are?
2 or more.
Gee, both of y'all swear, right? So multi-year, you guys all have access to your multi-year trends, okay? And your multi-year trends is actually all of your production and business data, okay? The numbers. We provided this for you every month, all right? For those of you saying, well, I don't have any production, well, guess what? It's going to be blank, all right? Or for those of you that have production, it actually gives you a snapshot of your business numbers. So you actually don't even have to dissect this, okay? If you go into command, if you go into reports in command and look at your multi-year trends, that's how it's a great way for you to keep track of your business, and we provide it for you, okay? Guess how many brokerages do that? Okay, anyway, what I'm holding though is the Market Center's multi-year trends. We get them as well for all of you combined. All right. So a couple of things that I wanted to point out here. Just hear some of this stuff. Listings taken. All right. In January, we took 128 listings. In February, we took 185. In March, we took 193. And then now in April, we took 233. All right. So we are taking a lot more listings. That's a good sign. All right. Now, again, could that be indicative of the market and the time we're in? Yes, it could. Right. As we're getting into the spring, more houses are going to come on the market. And yet that's steady growth, and that's great. Now, we don't have May's numbers yet because we're doing transmittal today, okay? Our volume has increased accordingly, okay? And the beauty is that the numbers are actually better from 2025 every single month, all right? So that's definitely a good sign. Now, here's the funny thing. You saw the numbers that were the listings taken. Here's the listings sold numbers. For in January, it was 78. February was 88. March was 131. And then April was 125. So in April, we took 233 listings. We sold 125. Right? That's where the gap is. We're seeing a dramatic gap. Okay? Well, this makes sense because when we had our bucket fills, right? I know they were jokingly or facetiously saying a little bit of it, and yet Esther said she's got 5 listings and she needs to sell them. Liska said it under her breath to me too. Right? I've got a challenge of listing selling. And we're seeing that a lot. In fact, a lot of my conversations privately have been about that and about the challenge of them sitting and the pricing and handling objections from sellers, right? Shift Tactic 7, which is from Shift, right, is a massive, massive conversation and data that we need to master that we can convey when we're listing to sellers, okay? So Shift Tactic 7 is called pricing ahead of the market. And the idea behind it, right, it says it right there. Don't price based on where the market was, all right? Price is based on where the market is headed. So I actually sat with one of our top agents yesterday and we talked about a listing she had coming soon, okay? And the theory on this is when you're taking a listing, there's 2 groups you want to be in. Number 1, it's the 20 or 30% rule, okay? You want to be in the top 20 or 30% when it comes to condition, and you want to be in the bottom 20 to 30% when it comes to price. So you want to be in both of those though, all right? That's how your listing is going to sell. Sure. You want to be, I'll use 30 for example. In some markets, it could be 20%, okay? Bless you. Yeah. Right? So you want to be in the top 30% of all listings in condition, and you want to be in the bottom 30% of all listings in price. And you want to be in both of those windows. Okay? Right? Which are the listings that are selling? The ones that show the best, that are priced the best. Those are I don't know if there's anybody in here right now. I definitely heard of a couple there's still listings going 3 days on the market. They look fantastic, like somebody can move in tomorrow, right? And they're priced with value consideration. People perceive them as value, right? Great price for what you're getting, essentially. And that's how you need to list it. But are sellers going to listen to that? No, and we're going to dive into that a little bit, okay? All right. Also, here's the rule on how you should be calculating your pricing before you go into a listing appointment, okay? What's the data that we typically use to build the basis of our listing price? Sold data, comps, right, is what we call them, sold data. But here's the thing, when you're listing in a market like this, you cannot just simply use sold data. Why? Because we're talking 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, a year ago, okay? So you got to take that with a grain of salt. That might be the basis of what you're going to create your price out of, right? But then you also have to compare it with what's on the market actively right now and what prices are sitting at. Because if you're coming up with the price and that same price is sitting on the market right now, well, are you priced right then? No, right? We messed with Esther earlier, and she's a great sport, so I'm not worried about, repeating it, right? Like we messed with Esther. Esther was like, oh, I priced it below market value, and yet it's sitting, which tells us what? It was below market value maybe months ago. It doesn't seem like it's below market value right now, right? Because if it was, the consumer would be snatching it up because they'd see value, okay? Oh, so that's your challenge, right? Yeah, right? So again, rule of thumb is pricing ahead of the market. So instead of pricing it, oh, what I feel like the price is today for this listing, the way we should be looking at it is, where would this listing be priced if I was still on the market 3 months from now? How many price drops would you have to do at this price right now if it lasted 3 months? Israel, how many price drops would you do in a 3-month span, roughly? Yeah, 3 price drops. So if whatever increment those 3 price drops were and what you're at is theoretically by shift where you should be pricing it today. That's called pricing ahead of the market. You're not wasting 90 days for your seller, okay? And that's how the consumer is going to see value. I'm probably going way ahead. I probably got plenty of slides that actually say some of this stuff. All right? That's how you strategically price to sell. Okay? Are you pricing to list or are you pricing to sell? Right? So why does some of this matter right now? Well, what are we seeing? Inventory is increasing. We already know that, right? A lot of houses are sitting on the market. Buyers have more choice. Literally, there are more sellers than there are buyers right now. Okay? So they have choice. So they have to perceive value. All right? Homes are staying longer on the market. Price reductions are becoming more common. Right? How many listings have y'all had right now in the room that didn't need or have not had a price reduction? Okay? I love it. How many? And it's closed already? Yeah. What was the price to list to price ratio? 100%? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. I love it. Right? So it still happened. She priced it beautiful. Condition was impeccable. See, I said bottom 30% in condition or top 30% in condition. She was probably in top 5% in condition. Right? That's what helped. And yet she didn't blow the price point either. Right? She didn't say, we're going to charge more because the condition was fantastic. Right? Yeah, buyers are highly payment sensitive due to interest rates. That's just a reality, right? That's just a reality. All right, so what could the customer, this is an example, right? If you have a $500,000 listing, you had no showings, no offers, well, you're going to do a first price reduction, 10K. Guess what? It doesn't move the needle. You lose more time. You do another price reduction at 480, and this goes on. This is you chasing the market, okay? This is you chasing the market. All right, so why would we do pricing ahead of the market? Okay? Price where buyers will see value immediately. That's the key. All right? We're trying to attract the buyer. Essentially, in layman's terms, the buyer needs to go, damn, that's a good deal. Let's go see it. I can't pass that up. That's a dang good deal. That's what you want them to do. Because if one's going to do it, how many are going to do it? Right? Create the demand. That's what you're trying to do. But here's the thing, guys, it's easy to say this stuff. It's easy for me to come up here and say it. I understand. It's hard to articulate this to a seller and them trusting you in this process. That's why you have to get good at it. Okay? Increase the likelihood of multiple offers. That's how you get the highest price point. Okay? Sell faster with less carryover costs because you understand you got to be able to explain that for every day you keep this property, it's costing you money. All right? For every day that you're keeping this property, it's costing you money. All right. All right, so here's some cool ones. Questions you should be asking a seller, right? Because what's most important? A home that's priced correctly often will net a home that's priced too high. Often will net more than one that's priced too high, right? Which is an oxymoron because most sellers want to price higher because they want to net more money. And what they're effectively doing is hurting themselves. All right, so what are some questions and how to handle some objections that you can ask a seller? I like the first one. If we don't receive strong activity in the first 2 weeks, what's our plan? Right? what I've seen is that a lot of times sellers are not thinking of the alternative, right? They just have one-track mind. Oh, I have to sell at this price point. Or I know what my home is worth and I'm not willing to give it away. Love that one. I'm not just going to give it away. Okay, great. Well, if this is not going to work out for you and you're not satisfied with what you're going to get and what the market is saying, well, what's the alternative? Right? You prepared to be a landlord? Oh, heck no. Okay, so what's plan B? That's the one I prefer. I like saying. So what's plan B? Because guess what? Most sellers haven't thought about that. Right? They haven't thought about that. Well, I think it's worth 600. Well, sir, I'm seeing 480. Right? Well, if we don't get 600, what would you like to do? Would you like to hold on to it? Right? Because this is how you get the real motivation behind the seller. Okay? Because sometimes they're not actually motivated to sell. It's like, well, if I get the right price, I'm going to sell it. If not, I can stay here. Whoa. It's a problem, right? Because now you're just listing houses. And whose reputation is on the line? Sure is. Yes, dear.
The ones who have listed the properties, what is the motivation that's currently running in the seller's mind? Is there a commonality between that right now?
Oh, it's a great question. Who in the room wants to handle that? Or has a...
Death, divorce.
Oh, the 6 Ds. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the 6 Ds will never go away, right? I said them in the class yesterday in Breakthrough 120, right? Since Israel brought up the 6 Ds, I'll kind of point out on that, right? So in a market like today, and if we're trying to find motivated buyers or sellers, right? We're trying to find who are the ones that need to buy or sell, not the ones that want to buy or sell, right? Because want is a luxury, right? Want is a luxury. If I don't find what I'm looking for, then I'm good. Well, that's great for you. That's a problem for me. Right? But there's people out there that need to sell. Life has happened and they need to sell regardless of market conditions. Right? 6 Ds are a great example, right? Death, divorce, downsize, deployment, dependence, dividend. I think those will all exist. What are people seeing? What are some of the motivations? Have you seen a commonality in some of the motivations behind some of your sellers?
A lot of our have been people downsizing.
Okay. Downsizing.
They have equity, so even though the market may be moving towards more of a buyer's market, they have plenty of equity.
Sure. Yeah. Pulling equity out. I can see downsizers pulling equity out.
Newer, smaller.
Yeah, I gave an example yesterday, right? Like if somebody's got an $800,000 house right now at a 3.5% or 3% interest rate, but if they're going to move from $800,000 to, $400,000 at a 6% interest rate, they're still saving money and they're pulling equity, right? So it's all about situations, right? All about situations. Great question. All right. So first 14 days on the market are the most valuable, right? We call this window of opportunity, right? You don't want to miss the window of opportunity, right? If we miss the market price by pricing too high, we rarely get that opportunity back, right? Agents who win are the ones helping sellers price ahead of the market rather than react to it, right? I have something cool on this. Where did it go? Here we are. Right, a home price correctly often nets. Oh, I kind of said that already. All right, if we miss the market, pricing too high. No, that's not it. It was this. I have a slide for it, right? Price is not what the seller hopes to get. Price is what a buyer is willing to pay today. Right, there's a reason why I changed the slide color, because this is super important. Heck, this is something you might want to say verbatim in a listing appointment, right? And this is where that conversation comes in. Please do not confuse the list price with the sales price, okay? Because a list price is not a sales price. The list price is the marketing price, all right? It is the price that we've come up with to market to the general consumer, right? Who dictates the price? The consumer dictates the market dictates the price. And this is a hard conversation you have with your seller. right? Time and time again, seller is going to say that, oh, I think it's worth this, or I have to net this, or I want to. I bought it at this price. And then we, of course, know closing costs come into play, right? So if you bought at, if you bought at 575, right? I just literally had this conversation 2 days ago. If you bought at 575 2 years ago, and so you have to at least get 600 for it now, and yet the market's showing 525. See, at 525, I would actually list it at 500 to sell it quickly. And yet they need to list it at 600. Yeah, that's impossible, right? So that's the conversation that needs to be had. Or are we just listing it at 600 and praying? Let's call it posting and praying, right? So that's the thing. It doesn't matter that you bought it at 575 and that you want 600 for it. And all of that is irrelevant. Even if I wanted to list it for you at 600 to sell it at 600, it's irrelevant on what I think. All that matters is what the market thinks. And the market dictates the price. Yeah. Yep. So you'd have to calculate that, but does the market match that or not? It's never in their hands. The only thing that's in their hands is condition. Yeah. Yes, dear. I love that. I love that. Right? I want to list a little higher because of negotiations, and it's hard to get past that mentality because it's a natural mentality, and yet you got to do your best to be able to explain this. Guess what? All of these houses that are sitting on the market right now, that's the exact perception they had, right? So if you're going to leave room for negotiations, be prepared to sit on the market for 140 days at least.
It's always good if you can find a comp that you can literally show them the archive report.
Yeah, perfect. It's beauty, right?
500, take it off the market after 60 days. 490, take it off the archive 40 days, 30 days, and it's literally just
yeah.
Just see the numbers, and that is applied there.
Oh yeah, right. And I remember I've shared this in here, right? I learned this from Gary just last year, and I thought it was fantastic. Is what's the best way to convey a message to somebody, right? Well, it's to tell a story, right? So instead of just showing them numbers, tell the story, right? Are you okay with this? How badly do you need to sell? What if we were on the market 140 days from now? What would you do then? Well, you don't have a motivated seller. That's the problem. Oh, I'm not in a hurry. I get it. So you're okay if it doesn't sell, right? Those are the conversations that need to be had. What you have is a non-seller seller, is what you have there. That's a selling if it sells, I'm good. Not I need it to sell, right? So that's a non-seller seller. All right, so this conversation could go on forever, guys, because there's so much. I highly encourage you to read Shift Tactics 7 because that's what it's about. And you need to be one with Shift Tactics 7 if you're going to be going on listing appointments. And everybody should be going on listing appointments because remember, he who holds the listings controls the market. That does not matter what kind of market it is. I know it sounds kind of like, oh, goodness gracious, I'd rather have buyers right now, right? I get it. Buyers might go under contract quicker right now. And yet, he who holds the listings controls the market always, all right? Always. So go after listings, just start internalizing what these conversations look like and how you're going to handle them. Because these are the listings, the ones that are priced like this are the ones that are going to sell right now, right? And we're not in the business of listing homes, we're in the business of selling homes. Cool? All right, guys, thank y'all. Appreciate it.
He's really good. Love sponsors too. Can you give
Is she here?
Yeah.
Oh, let's get her up here first. Hang on. You guys can come up here.
Come on.
Come on, Amal.
Thank you for helping sponsor the yummy food.
Hey, and before I let them jump in real quick, I should put this. If you have listings sitting on the market and you want to sit with me for a little bit to analyze them, just reach out and I'll get you on my schedule, okay? We can definitely do that. All right, Amal, you're gonna need the mic because there's people online.
I thought I have loud voice, but maybe
Well,
not.
online we'll be able to hear you.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. This is Amal. I'm loan officer and the branch manager Security National. Maybe some of you know me already, I don't know. but we are national lender, so we are everywhere in USA. I'm licensed myself in 15 states, including Texas. So we do a lot of unique program. We specialize with the hard, kind of the hard loans. When I said hard loans, mean non-QM loans and the DSCR and all this good stuff, right? But we do all kind of loans, conventional, FHA loan, VA loan, so all this kind of loans. But recently, I want to introduce, I will take 2 minutes from your time, I promise you. I know you're all tired, okay? We offering, and we and other 3 lenders, we offer this in all USA, okay? We called it Arrive Home and Equity. This program is more kind of rent to own through build equity. This program, if you're a client willing to rent home, tell him, wait, I have loan officer can actually put you in a house as a rent, but at the same time, you're gonna earn the equity. So if you refinance or you sell it, you have the equity in the house. So the way how this works, the people who's not qualified for loan, they have bad credit 500 and above, or they have no credit at all, but cannot be below 500. So 500 and above, or no credit, okay? And they self-employed, they're not making a lot of money, they make a lot of money, but they don't show in their tax return, and they don't have big down payments, right? Or some people, their ratio is high, okay? These people is qualified for 3.5 down payment, okay? 3.5 down payment. The rate is high, okay? It's 7.25 to 7.75. But really, it helped a lot of people to go shop for the house they want, okay? Kind of rented temporary, okay? But at the same time, there is a buyer agreement between them and Arrive Home, which is the entity they're buying the house for them, that they have an ownership in this house. This program is so complicated, I cannot explain it in 2 minutes, okay? So if you have a question about this program, or you feel like you have a client maybe candidate for this program, I can discuss it with you. This is regular transaction, guys, okay? 3.5 down payment, regular FHA loan, but they will not be on the title, okay? They will have an ownership in the house, but they will not be on the title until they refinance or sell the house. I just want to be clear with that, okay? So if you have a question, don't hesitate to reach out for me. Nice?
Thank you, Amal. Appreciate it. All right, let's go. Sponsors.
Come on up, Denise.
Oh God, you got the mic?
I have the mic.
Oh jeez.
Everyone should be
Okay.
terrified. Hey, good morning, afternoon. Okay, I know you guys are hungry, but I'm going to make you do something. Everybody get out your phone. Now, those of you online, are you still with us? Say yes.
Yep, there.
Okay. If you are online, you get a chance to win what I have in I'm trying to channel my inner Dana, and I brought a bucket. If you are online, you can win by coming to the office. You come find me, and you tell me the answer to these 4 questions. All right? Here we go. Are you guys ready? Get out your phone. I love how you're also holding your phones ready. Okay. Do you guys know the name of this lovely lady right here? Okay. Her name is Denise. The first person to raise their hand, do not shout this out. The first person to raise your hand and tell us Denise's Facebook handle. You got to get your hand. Okay, who knows it?
Facebook handle?
Your Facebook handle.
Well, isn't that just her name?
Okay, Linda. Facebook handle, Homes by Denise. If you are not following her on Facebook, I'm sorry for you. You should do so. Okay, you ready for the next one? You can give her her little prize. It's not? Oh, she's wrong. Okay. You were supposed to authenticate this. If you're at home, cross a line through that. Okay, Liska. Nope. The handle. So if you're on the profile, okay, Dion, you're up next, sir.
That's it. Yeah.
Home Loans by Denise. All right. All right. Okay, are you ready? Now listen, it's summer. You get a cup with a straw for all your icy drinks. Okay, this is who? Okay, I'm so glad you guys know his name. All right, his name is Dale Branch. Same question. Legally, his name is Henry. I found that out.
No way. Yes. We're never letting that down.
Dude,
Love it.
listen.
Henry Branch.
Can I? Henry Dale Branch Jr.
That'd
Okay.
be great.
We have had a full disclosure here this morning. We are never getting to lunch at this rate. Okay. Phones out. You keep an eye out. Who's the first one to tell us his handle on Facebook? Did you guys hear that? Sapana even called out his birthday. We've got his first name, his junior, and his birthday today.
Most importantly, a day after mine.
All right. Cup full of goodies for Sapana. Okay. All right.
The day after.
This is the woman who's most excited we're doing this. What is her name, everyone? Someone's now showing off in the back. I wish you guys at home could see how fast that hand went up. Okay, Ashton, what is her handle?
Okay, look at you. Look at you.
All right, Home Loans by CA. All right, it is really Home Loans by CA. All right. If you're at home writing this down, you've got 3 of the 4. All right. To my left, this is my left, this is your left. To the left of me here for you guys is Anthony Guevara. He doesn't have a handle on Facebook, he says. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to make one. Okay, then fine, we'll do mine. Does anybody know my handle? All right, Ashton, what's my handle? No, you're wrong. Pro tip, I often post in the closed Facebook group. So Carrie Lee Designs. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, no, right? Yeah, yeah. He needs the whole collection. He needs,
All right.
he needs 6. Yeah. He needs the set.
Oh, okay. So for those of you at home, they're NAF cups filled with little NAF things that I'm sure you need. I'm sure you need them. Okay. So please follow these people on Facebook. They will be putting out educational information for your buyers. They will be available to answer your questions. Sometimes they do videos from strange places. It's true it happens.
I do.
New American Funding is your lending partner. We are here to help you guys get your buyers into homes. Please find us, use us, and please enjoy your lunch.
All right. All right. No other sponsors today? Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, appreciate y'all. Appreciate you online. Enjoy your week.